Oldest professions in history. Number 1. Farmer. Throughout much of human history, the profession of farming has been one of the oldest and most important occupations. From ancient times, when our ancestors first learned to domesticate animals and cultivate crops, to the modern day, when mechanization and technology have allowed us to grow more food than ever before, the practice of agriculture has been essential to providing the sustenance needed to sustain civilization. In many parts of the world, farming remains a vital economic activity and a way of life for rural communities. Even in areas where the industrialization of agriculture has made farming less important, it still plays a significant role in many people's lives. Farming requires a great deal of specialized knowledge and skill, and is often a physically demanding job. Farmers must be able to select the best crops and animals for their particular environment, and employ various techniques to maximize productivity and yield. They must also understand the soil and climate of the area in which they are working, and understand how to properly care for their animals and crops. Farming is also a very labor-intensive activity requiring long hours, and is often done under difficult conditions. Despite the challenges, farming allows many people to make a living and provide for their families. Number 2. Herbalist. Herbalists are people who have been using plants for medicinal purposes for centuries. Herbalism is one of the oldest professions in history, and its use can be traced back to ancient civilizations in Africa, Asia, and Europe. Herbalists use plants to treat a variety of ailments from skin rashes and digestive issues to mental health issues. In some cultures, herbalists were the first line of defense when it came to medical care, and many people relied on them for holistic medical treatments. Herbalists use a variety of methods to prepare herbal remedies, including drying, crushing, steeping, boiling, and fermenting. They also use a variety of tools to administer the remedies, such as tinctures, ointments, salves, compresses, and teas. Herbalists typically work in conjunction with other medical professionals, such as doctors and nurses, to provide holistic health care. They often offer advice on nutrition and lifestyle changes as part of their healing treatments. Number 3. Alchemist. Alchemy is the oldest profession in history, dating back to ancient times. It was a form of early science, practiced by alchemists who sought to turn base metals into gold, concoct life-extending elixirs, and discover the philosopher's stone, a mythical substance capable of turning lead into gold. It was also associated with astrology, the study of the movements of the stars, and Hermeticism, the belief that knowledge of the spiritual and metaphysical world can be found in ancient texts. Alchemists used the 4 basic elements, earth, air, fire, and water, to create their creations. They also practiced other forms of chemistry, such as distillation, crystallization, and fermentation. Alchemy was an important part of early science and played a large role in the development of modern chemistry. Number 4. Priest. A priest is a religious leader, typically associated with a particular faith, who has been ordained with the authority to provide spiritual guidance and perform religious ceremonies. Priests are often seen as intermediaries between humans and the divine, and they often serve as spiritual guides and counselors. Throughout history, priests have performed many important functions, including leading worship services and offering spiritual guidance. In ancient times, priests were seen as providers of knowledge, and they were often consulted on important matters such as laws, justice, and even wars. Priests also served as intermediaries between humans and their deities, often leading ceremonies and rituals to ensure divine protection and favor. In more modern times, priests still serve as spiritual guides and counselors, and they are often consulted on topics such as ethics, morality, and personal guidance. Number 5. Lawyer. Lawyers have existed since ancient times. The first known lawyer was mentioned in Egyptian history in 2400 BC. Some of the oldest legal documents were written in Sumerian around 2100 BC. In the Roman Empire, law was a central part of the culture, and it was a profession held in high regard. Roman lawyers provided legal advice to the wealthy and the government. In the Middle Ages, lawyers were one of the few groups that had a monopoly on knowledge, and they were respected for their ability to interpret the law. As societies grew and laws became more complex, so did the profession of lawyer. Today, lawyers are an important part of the legal system, representing and advising clients in a variety of legal matters. Number 6. Doctor. The profession of doctor has been around since ancient times. Ancient Egyptian papyri document the practice of medicine by doctors, and archaeological evidence indicates that the Egyptians had highly sophisticated medical practices. In ancient Greece, Hippocrates was an influential figure whose medical works and theories helped shape the practice of medicine for centuries. In ancient Rome, records show that doctors were highly respected and held positions of authority in society. Throughout history, doctors have been at the forefront of medical advancement, from pioneering surgical techniques to introducing new treatments and therapies. In modern times, doctors continue to play a vital role in healthcare, providing physical, emotional, and mental support to their patients. Number 7. Engineer. Engineering is one of the oldest professions in history, with some of the earliest examples of engineering feats dating back to the ancient Egyptians and Mesopotamians. Throughout the centuries, engineers have been responsible for some of the greatest technological advancements and have been instrumental in shaping the world we live in today. From the invention of the wheel, to the development of the printing press and the Industrial Revolution, engineers have been innovating and pioneering the development of the human race. Today, engineering is a complex field that encompasses numerous disciplines, including mechanical, electrical, chemical, civil, and software engineering, all of which require a deep understanding of mathematics and physics. Engineers use their knowledge of science, technology and problem-solving skills to design machines, engines, and other equipment, as well as structures such as bridges and roads, and to develop computer software and systems. Engineering is not only a key component of modern society, but it has also been instrumental in the furthering of human knowledge and progress. Number 8. Merchant. The oldest profession in history is that of a merchant. Merchants have been around since the dawn of civilization, trading goods, services, and ideas in exchange for money or other goods and services. Merchants were essential in facilitating the growth of the ancient economy, and the profession has evolved over the centuries to accommodate new technologies and approaches to trade. Today, merchants are still an important part of the modern global economy. They buy, sell, and distribute goods and services, both locally and internationally. They may specialize in a particular product, such as electronics, or they may buy and sell a range of goods and services. They act as middlemen between buyers and sellers, connecting them and providing access to a broader range of markets. Modern merchants use the internet and other technology to facilitate their transactions and reach a wider customer base. Number 9. Warrior. The earliest known warrior class appears in the records of the ancient Mesopotamian cultures of Sumer, Babylon, and Assyria. These warriors were organized into two categories, the infantry and the cavalry, and their primary role was to protect their cities from enemies. They were highly trained and well-equipped and carried swords, spears, and shields. They also used military tactics and strategies to gain the upper hand in battle. Over time, the warrior class evolved to become a more specialized form of combatant, and warriors in different cultures developed different fighting styles and techniques to use in battle. For example, in ancient Greece and Rome, the phalanx formation was used to great effect and warriors were trained to fight in a cohesive, disciplined unit. Today, the warrior continues to be a powerful and respected force in many cultures, with different nations having their own unique military traditions and values. Hey there, thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed learning about the oldest professions in history. Stay tuned for more videos about curiosities around the world. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.